What is going on, everybody? Let me hit record real quick. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. How are you? It's good to see you. We already got a hype train going, which is awesome. Thank you very much for the hype train, guys. Let's end 2024 on a strong note, I guess. You guys are being awesome. Hit record here. Come on, there you go. Okay, I think we're all recording everywhere. Hit record on that one later. It's so good to have you guys. Welcome to the last stream of 2024. Really excited. We're going to talk a little bit as well about what we're looking for in 2025 as well. So a lot of kind of posts and stuff that have kind of shown up as well, which has been awesome. Look at all this. We got Valorant dropping 2 gifted subs. Jimmy dropping it off with 2024, ending it with 10 gifted subs. Sergeant Nobody dropping a tier 1 sub. We got PC Guy dropping it. Landsworth, House of Tom, Fear Check, I think is what his name is. Let me bring this over real quick. Let's see how high we can get. We got J-Rock and then Shenmue Lover. Wow, that's quite the name. But anyway, guys, my name is Jesse Robey. I'm the host of Robeytech. Super excited to have you guys here. It has been amazing, amazing, amazing. This last weekend, I went up to Whistler, just chilled with my family, did a lot of snowboarding, going back up to Stevens tomorrow on New Year's Day to go do some more snowboarding as well. Just been really, really enjoying that. I want to talk a little bit before we get into the budget build, and we'll talk about the giveaway and all that stuff here in a minute, a little bit about what 2025 has in store. So just so you guys know, new stream times, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, 2 p.m. Pacific time. Every other Friday is essentially a PC giveaway. That'll be our budget builds. Our first one is a 7600X ARC B580 build. That'll be basically the first build, first Friday after the new year, and then every other Friday is Intel Live. We also give away builds on Mod Workshop, and then we're gonna try and do builds around PC themes. So the next one will probably end up being around Valentine's Day. Super sorry, we did give a PC away for Christmas, obviously. It was the Nightmare Before Christmas build, which was absolutely awesome. So next one we'll do is we'll do one around Valentine's Day, probably a pink and build. We'll give a little bit more strict guidance. I know one of the things is that we had hoped to give away the one that we had done for as part of the part picker choice, but one of the things is I'm just being super strict about what kind of parts we're using on a consistent basis, because obviously our builds also have to be guides for things that people are actually going to use as well. So that is happening as well. The other thing too is I can say one of my commitments to you, my what is it, New Year's resolution for you is that when it's on the schedule the week of, whether it will not be canceled because of missing parts or whatever it was, that means that there will be a game stream in its stead. But if it's on the schedule, that means the stream will happen, minus obviously sickness unless I get sick. But outside of that, we're gonna have more consistent streams in 2025. I found out today is our 82nd build of the year, which honestly, given we're doing 3 builds a week and there's 52 weeks of the year, that seems that I didn't necessarily come through as much as I needed to from a build process. So expect more game streams, expect more build streams and all that sort of stuff from 2025. But it's good to see you guys. We got more PC build giveaways, all that sort of stuff coming up for 2025, as well as obviously the stuff that we're doing with Robeytech Studios as well. So it's going to be a very good year. Let's talk about this build right here, the budget build, because a lot of people, I see people asking, Robey, like, what's the giveaway rules? How does this whole thing work? So typically for builds, I do allow international folks to pay for shipping and for customs. But I already did some research this afternoon. I'm not gonna be doing that for this one because literally most countries it would cost more to ship it to you and for you to receive it than the actual cost of the build itself. In some cases, or pretty close. So I think it's like UK was around $450, which you're paying $450 for what is essentially an $875 build. I think I did some places in Europe, it was like close to $900 just for the basically, just for the budget build itself. So a lot of times it's like, well, 400 bucks, you know what I mean? $450 to basically ship it to the UK plus customs and everything else even is pretty bad. The other place I'm unfortunately not gonna be doing it here is this is gonna be a US only giveaway because Canada, is $250 just to ship it to Canada. Mexico is the same thing. So unfortunately, this is going to be a US only giveaway for our budget builds. It'll be something that'll probably change moving forward. We did not know that it was that expensive to sit to some of those things. So unfortunately, just because of some of the rules, we're going to have to do US only for just the budget builds. For the other PC, larger, expensive PC builds like the Christmas builds, the Valentine's build, stuff like that. That'll be US, Canada, Mexico, and then international builds. Yeah, so Canadian shipping, believe it or not, actually pretty pricey as well. I was actually really kind of bummed about that. So budget builds are US only. And then the other larger giveaway builds, those will be Canada and Mexico as well. So the thing is that it has to make financial sense. And when a build literally costs $725 and costs $250 to ship, that's a little nuts. Versus me shipping it inside of the United States, $100. So it's pretty inexpensive for us to do it and all that sort of stuff. What is that? I just saw a bunch of Robeytech cats showing up on there. So that was actually pretty funny. So thank you for the Robey cats. That was pretty funny. Sice One dropping a 2-tier. Where are we gonna? No, we didn't quite make the level 5 hype train, but thank you very much for that stuff. Yeah, right now shipping is actually pretty crazy. We'll see what it is after January. But the other thing too, guys, is we will have more Canadian stuff. Don't worry. You have the Valentine's build, the St. Patrick's build. All those builds will still go US, Canada, Mexico. But when it comes to builds that are like $875 or $750, but if it's $1,000 or more, then we'll do US, Canada, and Mexico where it makes sense. But good to see you guys. Welcome to the show. My name is Justin Robey. So glad to have you here. Welcome to the last budget build of 2024. Happy to be on the last day of 2024, so happy New Year's Eve. Super glad to have you guys here. Sorry to have that kind of bummer there at the beginning, but you know, it's like there's a lot of stuff coming on, especially as new team members come on, as we're getting ready for just more awesome in 2025 that we're just kind of prepping for. And so that was just one of the things we kind of learned as well, which kind of sucks. So it's the last PC build of the year, but it's also the last PC giveaway of the year, which is actually pretty cool as well. I'm trying to think of what else, if there's anything else. Oh, happy New Year's Eve. Is anybody in 2025 already? Maybe this is the first PC build of 2025. So is anybody in 2025 already? I don't know if anybody is. I mean, there might be some UK folks, but I mean, it's kind of even late for them, I think. 3 hours left here. Okay, where are you at, Ice? 3 hours and 45 minutes. Is DJ Techno, are you in the UK? So I think the only people is like, I think it'd be like Australia and stuff like that. Okay, so we're still 3 hours and 45 minutes. So I'm still, oh, so Kane Guy. So Kane Guy, are you in Australia? 3 more hours in Poland? Wow, dude, I'm so glad you guys are joining me though. So, well, thanks for coming. Okay, so let's talk about what we're putting inside of this build, because I am very, very excited because this build, gosh, I love this. Guys, this build is $750. $750. And it's $750, and it is a crazy good build because of the brand new card from Intel, the Intel Arc. And I want to bring this up right here. I'm going to bring up the capture. So this is the PC parts. We'll do them the traditional way as well. But this is over at robeytech.com/budget build. And if you scroll down here, I just want to look at these performance numbers. So we have, this is raw, and you have 1080p and 1440p. So these are raw 1080p and 1440p numbers right here. You've got 135 in you got 131 frames per second in Grand Theft Auto 5 maxed at 1440p. Red Dead 2, 81 at 1440p. Cyberpunk 2077, 62 frames per second at 1440p. Starfield high, 60 frames per second. Indiana Jones, 55 frames per second. And then also you got Black Myth Wukong, 40 frames per second at 1440p for a $750 build. Now, if we wanted to go ahead and do the upscaling here, let me see, where's the exit? Where's it? What? Wait, do we have a close here? Let me just go back here. Where's our X at on our website? I just have to go back. Oh, it just opens. Okay, so look at this. Okay, so this is with upscaling, by the way, guys. That was my bad. It opened a different tab. So with upscaling, look at these numbers. You've got Starfield at 1440p 65, Marvel Rivals 80. You got Forza Horizon 5 at 88. You've got Cyberpunk at 95. You've got Black Myth Wukong at 60. Indiana Jones on Ultra at 60 frames per second. See, this is what I'm so excited about, because we're talking about essentially budget prices. I mean, a $750 build that can really honestly play great games at 1080p at 1440p, both raw and upscaled for $750. So that is the thing that I'm really excited about. That's why I'm just excited about this build and trying to make it as inexpensive as possible. And it is still upgradable. So let's talk about the parts we're putting in here, because there's a couple rules that we always have for budget builds, okay? Number one, it's always 32 gigs of RAM, okay? So it's always a PC case. It's not gonna make you hate your life. 3, it's always gonna have at least 1 terabyte of NVMe storage, so that means that you're able to install most modern games without having a ton of issues. And the only 2 is it's always parts and prices from reputable places. There's no Temu here, there's no AliExpress. This is all stuff that you can get on Amazon, Newegg, any of the other more reputable places. You can get it, and it's always gonna be the same price. You have no questions about shipping or anything like shipping or parts or anything like that. Now, some people have their own rules, but the other thing too is, given we're globally able to do these rules, we know for the most part you're gonna be able to get this stuff for 750 bucks, which is pretty cool. So that's just a couple of things. When you look at these parts, you might be like, well, you could do 16 gigs for cheaper. Absolutely. You could do a 512 gig NVMe drive for cheaper. Absolutely. You could also do something like choose a case that's literally $15 and it literally slices your fingers off. You absolutely could do that. But one of the things that we do here is we make sure all the parts are parts that we've used. They've been used a number of times. They're reputable, and you're not going to have any issues whatsoever in terms of using the build or anything like that. So yeah, that's just the thing that's super, super important here when we talk about that stuff and what we're essentially doing. Now, in terms of people wondering, hey, how do I win this PC? Like Blondie just said, you just got to watch. At some point in time, we'll essentially turn it and activate it, and then you'll be eligible to win. But anyway, first and foremost, that is the parts that is the point of this build and all the rules we kind of have around it. Because we know a lot of people say like, go build this build for $300 if you happen to buy it on this one day at this one place from this one shady character who's on the back of a bus or whatever it was. So yeah. Okay, so starting with the CPU, we're gonna be using the Intel Core i5 12400F. The reason we chose this, it's LGA 1700, which means not only do you have, like, this is kind of at the lower end, obviously a number of generations ago, but the thing is that because we're doing a 12400F, that means that you can do 13th gen, 14th gen, and you've got a number of generations to upgrade to, which will last you a long time, which means if you wanted to upgrade and get a good deal on a 14.6 or something like that, you absolutely could do that at a later point. So we're expecting more than likely somebody could upgrade this build to all the way up to a 14.7, throw a 240 millimeter AIO in this and call it a day, and really have a PC that could last them well into 2026, 2027 without much of a problem whatsoever. So there's our CPU right there, the Intel Core i5 12400F. For the motherboard, we're going to be using the B660M Pro RS. So the cool thing is that means that more than likely you're going to be using, obviously there's no overclocking on a B660 board, but that means you could still do a 14.7, even a 14.9. You could absolutely do a 14.900 non-K inside of a build like this and not have any issues whatsoever. And even throwing a 240 millimeter AIO or a little bit of a nicer style tower cooler. Now, a couple people were asking, Robey, what about the cooler? What cooler are we going to use on this? We're actually going to be using the stock cooler, which we've actually used on previous builds before. It's very, very easy to install. It's also very, very easy to remove. And then you could throw this in there later, but it saves you about 15, 20 bucks. Now, the thing is, if you want to throw in there, we always give you options. There are options if you wanted to go ahead and do one of the, like a Cooler Master Hyper 212, an NZXT T-Class air cooler, any one of those you could absolutely throw in here if you wanted to, just to have some additional cooling. But you guys are gonna see thermally, we're not gonna have any issues whatsoever from the build. And again, all of those charts and everything that we've kind of shown you already, you can head on over, like I said, over to robeytech.com/budgetbuild. Wrong one. Nope, also wrong one. Where is my... Yeah, no, this is the right one. Yeah, so you can head over to robeytech.com/budgetbuild. You can see all the parts, and then also a link directly to the video, and also the parts, the performance charts are there as well. So when I talk about those charts, you can get all that stuff, and then use those to do reference if you wanted to look at this later on. So anyway, there is our motherboard and our CPU. For our storage, we're going non-RGB, again, trying to stay inexpensive, but we've seen this and used this a lot before. We're using the Ripjaw DDR4. This is 32 gigs. It's CL16. It's plenty fast. And the other thing too is that means you can play games like Flight Sim, whether that's 2020 Flight Sim or Flight Sim 2024 with the 32 gigs, and you're not gonna have any limitations from a memory standpoint, which is actually pretty cool. Sorry, this is the RAM, not the storage. This is the RAM. So we're using this is for the RAM. For the storage, We've used these a number of times from Team Group. This is the Team Group 1 terabyte MP44L. If you wanted to upgrade this, literally it's just double the price if you wanted to go to 2 terabytes, which is actually really nice. It's plenty fast. I think it comes in at, what is this? Where's the speed on this one? It's up to 6,000 read and 4,500 megabits per second write. So nice and fast. Robey, RGB Robey Gamer Bro, that's right. Can I use the Intel Arc B580 with the Ryzen 5 5600G? Yes, you can. You get Skewer, you don't have any limitations in terms of this GPU. The GPU we use works with any number of whether that's AMD, Intel, or if you happen to find a desktop version of a Snapdragon one as well. By next year, you're not wrong. 4 terabyte might be standard. But there we go, 1 terabyte right there. For our power, we're using the RM650. This is technically good enough for the Intel Arc. The one thing I would say, if you plan on doing some upgrading, the one thing I would do is get the RM750 version of this. Only reason is 650 does absolutely work with the Intel Arc. 750 is probably if you're gonna go to a 14.9 or something like that, you could upgrade. The reason we're 14.6 and okay is because of the CPU. If you wanted, like I said, if you're planning on upgrading this, it'd probably be a little bit better to go the RM750. Tom, how much is the 750? Is this the new one? Sorry, he's going in there. I don't think this is the new one. Oh, you know what? I don't think this is the new one. Let me see. No, this is not the new one. This one's been open. So yeah, that's it. So 650 is totally fine for an Intel Arc. In fact, it's the one that Intel says that it's good to go. But if you wanted to, like I said, if you want to go a little bit higher, a 750 is only like what? It's like 10 or 15 bucks more. But that would put it over 750 bucks. So that's one thing to know. Diesel Gaming, thank you for the sub. And then also we have finally the most important part right here, the whole reason we're doing this right now, and that is the Sparkle Titan OC edition. This is a 12 gig GDDR6. If you wanted to spend a little bit less, you could try and get the actual Founders Edition, or sorry, limited edition, the limited edition one from Intel themselves. Their Intel Arc normal limited edition cards. The problem is that those cards are actually incredibly hard to get to get access to, because they're only made a certain number of ones, and those are just at 250 bucks. I think this one's 275. So now people are saying, hey, it's sold out, guys. So Tom, you've been tracking at Micro Center on a pretty consistent basis. How often do they get restock? I think it's literally daily. So I think it's just one of those things that you can't just kind of expect. It's one of those things that you need to find out when they basically get stocked, be there then, and then essentially make sure that you're on the website basically ready for them to jump. And that's usually for Newegg at 6 a.m. Pacific time. Micro Center, it's open. And it's it's daily and 2 times a week. So you actually get quite a few. There's actually quite a few times that it actually goes on sale, and they've been restocking pretty consistently. So there you go. What's up, Woodward? And so there you go. So there's all your information. Hopefully that gives you a little bit so you might be able to go and pick up one of these. And I'm expecting stock to get a whole lot easier as we go into next year. I know some people are interested in seeing what we essentially see from AMD and obviously NVIDIA when they announce at CES. I think NVIDIA's announced is January 5th, right? January 5th or 6th. I think it's January 6th is their keynote. We're kind of expecting it to be the 4090 and 4080, sorry, 5090 and 5080. And then the rumor is that AMD is supposed to drop most of their mid-range card announcements. So we'll see if we have an Intel Arc competitor kind of coming out of that. But let's be honest, we've already seen this kind of jump over AMD Radeon's just latest things with only their 2nd generation of cards. So we'll be interested to see what comes out of AMD as well. So yeah, the RX 970 and stuff like that. So who knows? We'll see. I mean, it's all rumored right now, but we'll see what kind of comes out of it from the very beginning. Okay, so that's our PC parts and everything that we're putting inside of this. Oh, we also have 2 fans. You do have to include those as well, just because we're 2 fans. We want to include 2 fans here to make sure we feed it air. And these are Be Quiet. They're Pure Wings 3 fans. If you want to go with something a little bit less expensive, there are some great fans from Thermalright that are nice and cheap, but we're going to do these. And there's not going to be really any RGB outside of the little bit that's on the Sparkle, which is going to be nice. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when it comes in there. In fact, that's the wrong naming it. I'll be getting a 9800 XT. Oh, okay. Matt Black, thank you very much for the sub. Any other questions? And these fans are only $9 each, so maybe they're not that expensive. There you go. It's a 7, like this whole build right here, $745. Any other questions, guys? Anything that you guys would change from this? If not, then we'll get started on the build as I start prepping. Finally got into Star Wars, and dang, it's not very captivating. Woodward, you thought so? The cooler is the actual stock cooler on the CPU. I changed that it's built in my house, not on studio. Okay, In Need of Temperance tells me that the Titan will be in stock on December 28th. 8-bit, yes, it's only $745. It's only $745. And it does crazy good in games. We'll show you that a little bit later. Overclock possibilities on the CPU, not with this MOBO. There is a DDR5 version, but it's more expensive. We can ask the people. I always ask. I don't just assume they want to have me sign it. So. Oh, you're on the Ice World, Woodward? I really like the game, and apparently they've made a lot of changes. Oh, okay, they had stock. It seems like the Sparkle one, ones have been the most consistent, you know what I mean? So, I'd say that for sure in terms of the most consistent in terms of restock. The ASRock, I think, would probably be the second. Oh yeah, I didn't know you could erase it with alcohol. Okay, let's get all our parts out here. Get our MOBO ready. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's go to top down here. Everything ready to go. It's time to start building. Where is my cool remote? Oh, there it is. Woo! Hogwarts is so good. And a rumor is we're supposed to see announced for the second one here pretty soon. The other one that's really good as well, Woodward, is Indiana Jones. Well, that's a good thing about gaming is it's not for everybody, you know? Yeah, you really shouldn't eat PC parts. That is true. It's good advice, I would say. There is a DDR5 version of this MOBO, yes, Tom, as well, right? Yeah, it's free with Game Pass, right? Hey, thanks for the subs, guys. Thanks for all those subs today. Okay, we got everything here. So this is all the extra parts. You're gonna put them out of the way. I did not slip any we're gonna celebrate New Year's Eve at 9 p.m. Pacific. So then, because I gotta get to bed to be up on the mountain. I usually leave for the mountain around 7. So we're gonna go snowboard tomorrow. So we'll spend New Year's Eve up on the mountain. So I just was at Whistler, literally got back from Whistler yesterday. 3 hours at the border, guys, 3 hours. So, which was brutal at the border, but Whistler was amazing. Snow was awesome, it was so good. So I'll be up at the mountain tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome, Joshua. That's crazy. Good. I'm glad. Board could technically handle 2 GPUs. No, never mind. It's a by 8 and a by 4. So no, this isn't a good board for 2 GPUs. There are other M.2 boards, but this one's kind of a budget one, so no. Request hydrate right here. You can see the water over the motherboard. That's really good. Hydrated, done. It's under 750 bucks for all the things. And the Mobo needs a sip right into the center. Oops. Now this one, guys, if you're following along and you're wanting to follow along with this build, you will not need thermal paste, but because we've built this build and done all the testing and stuff like that, we are gonna have to add thermal paste on our build, but you do not need to do this. This is an extra step when we do it, just as an FYI. Okay, so we got that now. Let's go ahead and do our RAM clicks real quick and our NVMe. So that's how you do that. That's how you basically install the NVMe. I mean the CPU, pretty straightforward. Hey, what's up, Awagaret? I keep saying, I think I'm saying your name wrong. Yeah, today is the last build of the year. We had to do probably my most exciting budget build of the year today. That is true, Wiz. I'll be doing LAN 50 streams on those days. I haven't decided if I'm going to live stream the keynote yet or not. Oh, we got a dad joke, guys, by the way.
Now, another Robeytech dad joke phone out.
Okay, so here's our NVMe drive. I'll do that and then we'll read our dad joke. Open it up, dump it out. Yeah, it's just simple. It's game streams, probably some interviews, stuff like that. That we'll do from the event. There's no PC build or anything like that, but still do some game streaming. And then Razer was kind enough to actually send me a new chair for it. So we'll be checking out their new chair as well. Okay, so what you're gonna do, zoom in on this. If you wanna install this, there's a little slot here in the NVMe. You're just gonna put it in here, just like that, slot it in. You're gonna pop it down. You're gonna take your little cover. Now, if you're buying this new, there's gonna be a peel here. You're just gonna wanna peel that off. And then pop this down like that. Just over just like that. And then you're gonna take these two screws, just gonna screw them in. Just like that, it's all installed. So now we have our NVMe in there. Well, now that they fixed all the motherboard issues, Shogun, I'll be honest, the 13900K does not run that hot anymore. Okay, so now we're gonna pop this up a little bit. Let's bring this down. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna undo, and I don't know if they have it. Oh yeah, they do. Up here at the top, you can actually see how they have these little, this little diagram right here? It's hard to see. Hey, Lansworth, thank you for the 5 gifted sub. Bittersweet as well. Pocket Watchdog. Gay Del Ballerin and Matt Black, thank you very much for all the subs. But if you see right here, it says A2, B2, that's basically showing you where to open up your RAM. So we're gonna open up those two slots. It doesn't open from the bottom, so it's the only place you gotta open it. And then we'll get ready to do our RAM clicks. We did we do a prediction on this or not, Blondie? And it's okay. Ooh, I don't really have a favorite. I use a lot of them. I really like the Tomahawk. Those are probably, the Tomahawks and the Tufts are my most used. To Town Scott, 98. To Town Scott, you can get it over at VIP-CDKdeals.com. And we'll show it, we'll be showing that off here in just a little bit if you want to stick around. These are all of our cameras are, the main, okay, so this camera right here, this is a Sony FX6. That's that camera right there is a Sony FX6. That one right there is a Sony FX3. This one up here is a Sony FX6. And this one right here, this one right here is a GoPro. So that's a GoPro. So those are all of our cameras. There we go. RAM clicks are 99. Okay, going to the getting ready. Okay, so we're gonna get that in there so you can just see the RAM clicks. If you're following along and wondering, do I need to show this to do the RAM installation? The answer is no. This is just for fun. Oh, thanks, Ahan. I like it. Okay, so what you're gonna do here, guys, there's a little RAM slot that you can see here in the middle of the RAM, just like this. You're gonna line that up with the little RAM slot here on the slot, just like that, okay? Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your two fingers, put it on both sides, and we're gonna see if we're gonna get a 99 click. Ready? 96 on the first one. Okay, not feeling 99. 99's pretty loud. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing, line this up. We're gonna put this in this slot right here. Same thing. 98. No 99 today, guys. No 99. Okay. Okay, New Year's Eve thermal paste start. New Year's Eve thermal paste start, guys. You ready? New Year's Eve thermal paste art. Seeing if my skills are gonna get better. Thank you, Lansworth, for the New Year's Eve gifts and stuff. Remember, if you're following along, you do not need to do this. We're just doing this because mine does not have thermal paste on it. Okay, so let's prepare our canvas, guys. Okay, canvas looks pretty good. Okay. Yes, happy New Year's Eve to everybody. Oh, we're not done. We're not done, Beazle. We're just getting the canvas ready. Okay. That was not a fart. I was just cleaning. I was cleaning the thermal paste. Okay. Okay, so here we go. I think we're gonna do a city scene here. So we'll put some buildings here. And then because we're in Seattle, let's do the Space Needle. There we go, Space Needle right there. And then, need some more buildings here. There you go. And then we'll do some fireworks. Some fireworks there. And some like building lights. There we go. There we go. Little firework, there we go. It's a masterpiece. We got a beautifully driven 10 out of 10 art. Looks so good. But guys, wait, what's that? What's that? Up in the sky. What we didn't know about is a giant asteroid. Oh, the city's been destroyed! The meteor, the Intel meteor destroyed it! It got blown up! Oh, the people are like... It's over. They're dead. Okay, slip this in. So all you're doing is you're just going into the 4 holes in each corner. You're just gonna push these in. They go in pretty easily. Okay, and then you can twist them, and that's how they stay locked. Okay, and we're just gonna check the other side. See, and then you can see on the other side, they're all, basically you can see the little pegs through them. So you can see that their pegs are all in. And that's what you're looking for. Just make sure they're twisted. Okay, so now our drive is installed. Zoom out. Then up here in the top left right-hand corner, you'll see this thing, it says CPU fan, then CPU fan 2. You're just gonna take this right here and plug it right here into CPU fan. And there you go. There you now have everything you need. Just like that. Now you have a nice, beautiful, completely ready to go Mobo. So this is like already pretty close to done, guys, because we have the NVMe, the cooler, the RAM. Like this board is pretty much ready to go. All we'd have to do is stick a GPU in it and it'd basically be a fully functioning PC. So for this board, for this CPU, this cooler is absolutely fine. You do not need anything more than this. We'll show you guys thermals when we get the build finished, you'll see. If you want to upgrade and you wanted to do something more powerful, then you could absolutely follow like one of our step guides on either the Lee, installing either a nicer air cooler. But in terms of, for this build, if you were gonna spend $745, this cooler will absolutely do amazing on this and will last forever. But you going any higher than this, you would definitely need a higher end cooler. Yeah, it's not like an i7 or an i9. Okay, let us do the dad joke. Oh, by the way, did you guys ever wonder why the turtle crossed the road? Did you ever wonder why the turtle crossed the road? I don't know. He's still crossing, but when he gets to the other side, we're gonna find out, okay? That's a bonus one. Okay, and then the actual new one, the real one, rip boiling water. You will be missed. Rip boiling water, you will be missed. There you go. Yeah, you would not be able to use this on a 12600K. You would not be able to use this on a 12600K. Rip boiling water, you will be missed. Okay, people like that one, that's good. All right, let's get our board out, let's get our case out and get our case prepped, and then we'll put our Mobo inside of it. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, here's our little case here. Luckily, this build also doesn't take up a ton of room. Look at how small this little case is. So we're gonna take this off. We'll ship it. Well, I'm not gonna, well, I'll take it off because we're gonna do thermal test, but we'll pop it back in here before we ship it. So you get a nice quality thing there. So what we're gonna do, right here from the front, there's 4 little screws. Go to side camera here. Pop these off. Yeah, it's a nice little small, very easy to use case. And I try not to take the screws all the way out. You don't have to. Just take them off enough. Okay, so it just kind of pops out. You can keep them in. So there's our front glass. And it looks like he left the cover. That was nice of you. So there's actually the peel still on it, so we're good there. Okay, then the same thing on the back. There's 4 screws. And by the way, one thing I don't think people know is if you want to, you can actually set it like this. So you don't actually have to leave it as a tower. You can leave it down like this if you want to do that, or you can set it up like this so it works kind of both ways in terms of however you want to do that. It's a nice little versatile option there. Take our little bag of stuff. Okay, we're gonna take out these 4 things, make sure we don't lose them. Yeah, it's kind of a cool little addition. It is weird to actually have feet that you have to like unscrew with a screwdriver, but you know, for how inexpensive this case is, not a big deal. Okay, so we'll take that off. Okay, so it includes a rear fan. And we also have these right here. So these are all of our components. It does actually have USB-C, which is nice. And this does too, so you actually get to have a USB-C drive. And then trying to see, I guess nothing else kind of comes off. It just screws into it. So it just mounts directly onto it, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so, oh, wait, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna look at the instructions really quick. Yeah, you should not put it on its side, anything on its side. Okay, so storage. So fans literally just screw into it. Okay, so that is just kind of what I expected. You just screw the fans directly into the front. And then if you do decide to do the front, depending on which direction you want to sit it is where you want to stick the dust filter. And the PSU just kind of screws in the bottom. Crazy. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's throw our fans in. Well, first thing I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna take out here in the back. So in the back here on the top, there's 4 screws. Take these off because this removes the little bracket for the PSU. There we go. Perfect. One more here, just hold on to it. And by the way, these right here, these are the pop-out ones. Okay, so this pops out, just comes out just like this. You can see here from the side. I'm just gonna take this out. This is how I'm gonna put the PSU on a little bit later. And then these are permanently removed. In other words, we've already taken them out. So essentially you're just gonna put screws in here, but what you typically do is you just remove these. They're very easy to remove. You just wanna pop these out now. So remove these 2 to pop it out now. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our fans in real quick. Make sure that's all wired up. So print screen, it's called, if you go to, what's the word I'm looking for? If you go to Soundstripe and you search for electronic playlist, that's the playlist. It's on Soundstripe, it's part of the subscription, okay? Oh, there it is, right there. Look at Blondie, it's like she's a community manager. She knows what people are gonna ask. Thank you, Turdog. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Zeiston. Thank you, BVM McDaniel, for the subs. Don't forget to head over to youtube.com/Robeytech Live and hit the thumbs up button. Okay. Oh, the giveaway has not happened yet. So what we're gonna do here, just gonna untwist this around. And then essentially what you wanna do is you wanna make sure that this sticker is straight up, okay? And then I'm just gonna kind of set them in the center here. So we'll show you where. So OHOT N92, I've got two. I've got a Jones All Mountain, and then I've got a Burton carving board. And then I ride Solomon bindings on my Jones, and then I have atlases on my Union atlases on my Burton. But right now I'm riding the Jones board more than I'm riding the Burton. But I kind of want a Capita now. Capita All Mountain. I'm not gonna do anything crazy like Park, but I really just love carving. And then probably do some floaties, some like butters and stuff like that would probably be the stuff I'd learn. All right, so we're gonna take our fan here. It's kind of like you gotta just be a little bit cautious. I mean, sorry, you don't have to be cautious, just kind of looking for the middle. Okay, so I'll do this so you guys can see it now. So there's little holes that this lines into. They're different than the other holes. Okay, apparently I got to use their screws, not the Be Quiet ones. No, maybe not. No, they are these. Yeah, my boots are Ride. Why is this not going in here? These look like different, they have different thicknesses. Okay, let me see what this is. This is telling me I should be able to just screw directly into this. What's my favorite fans besides mine? I really like Lee & Lee, Corsair IQ. Their RX fans are nice. The new Fantex ones, their M25s are really, really good. Says it should just work. Noctua are great. Yeah, I mean honestly, like there hasn't been fans I haven't liked. What is like it shows that these are holes for it, but these are not going in. But that goes in. I'm trying to find the right screw hole here. Okay, so the larger ones work too. Well, no, that doesn't line up. That lines up. But it looks like they don't fit. Looks like it won't quite go in. Dang it, why won't you go in? They'll go in here, but then not quite the right size. It's not that they're not aligned, they are aligned correctly, it's just these fan screws seem too big. Tom, how did you get this in, dude? You guys blow me away. Because those look like the right fan holes. The screw holes don't seem to align with the fan screws that came with it. Did you use the fan screws that came with the because there's the fan holes, but the screws don't seem to go in. Drive the screw first back in, out, and then add the fan. Use the power of AI. Because I can see where you screwed them in, but this fan doesn't go in there. So it looks like they go right there. Oh, this is annoying. I wonder if I can do them from a different place, like, but I guess I can do it right here. This works, okay. I guess I can do them right here, but it feels like the screw's not gonna. I guess you just can't use the regular screw hole. Okay. No, you have to put them offset 1. So you can't use the screw holes that look like the right size for the ones. You have to just push it off 1. Well, then even then, it's like it's not. Oh. Yeah. See, it doesn't quite line up. I mean, they stay in, but they're not lined up like it was. No, the screw's not script. Okay, that one has a hole. But this, like the 4th hole doesn't go in. So they have screw holes that are perfect for 120s. They have screw holes that are perfect for 120s, but the screws don't go out. You could drill it out a bit. 3 holes it is then, it's fine. It's funny because this one will fit, yeah, this one will almost fit all 4. No, the case is fine. It's fine. We're just gonna do 3. It's just funny that one of the holes doesn't quite line up on one of the screws. I bet you if I moved it, I can move it down 1. That's what I'll do. I bet you if I move this down 1, like 1 set, it'll be fine. So I'm gonna do that. But it looks like they created holes specifically for the other ones, but. So you're gonna do the same screw, oh, maybe not. Okay, we'll see. Try this. Find one that will work. Okay, so if I go down like this, that one doesn't quite work. There you go, that works. but you can't go to the actual real one. Well, this hole right here, it's smaller. But if you go here, which is what he's talking about, one hole to the right, that doesn't work. There was one I had it. I mean, it's like, if I do it here, it's close, but it's not quite. You can only do 3 screws. If you go 1 down, you can do 3 screws again. You go 1 over. See, that's the one that you want right there, but the holes are smaller. Which doesn't make any sense. That one works. That one right there works. Which is what he's saying, 1 hole, okay. I'm gonna try and do this one on the other one. I want to get them even. No, it's good, we got them. I mean, I got it. I'm just trying to, you have to find the hole. I just want it more out so it gets more air into the case. They actually gave you holes that you're supposed to use, but these fan screws don't work, so we'll have to offset a little bit. Tom, there's holes. I'll show you. The holes that you're supposed to use are right here. These are the holes you're supposed to use for the fans. They are smaller. You can see a non-clear. They are smaller. Hold on, scroll up. They are smaller than, these are the holes that are supposed to be for the fans. They are smaller than the other holes. These screws that we have for these do not fit in these holes. There are 4 of them perfectly marked to put them in that place. They do not fit there. But I see places on this, so what I see, Tom, is when you look at this board, when you look at this case, you have places where screws have been, like this. You can see places where screws have been, like this, where they were supposed to go here, but it looks like they went here and here. I don't know. Anyway. But I tried to get the screw hole and it does not go in. If I do it here, it works. That one, does it work? It didn't work there. But it should work here. That works, and that's the same one as the other one. No, it's fine, we got it. Hey, Gore, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Valorant, thank you for the 3. I don't even see that showing up on my thing. That's weird. Thank you for the gifted subs too. Sorry, I'm putting the screws in. We got it figured out, guys. So if you're following along, you can see the kind of the thing. You just want to line them up until it's not super important. You just want to, oh crud, maybe I'm wrong. Thought that would work, but it didn't. Oh wait, is this screw? It also helps if you put the fan straight. What is this hitting? Oh, that's right. Not quite flat. Okay. All right. There we go. Just got to do the screws right. We're going to get it, guys. Okay. Got it figured out. Screws are in. Fans are in. All right, we got fans in. So now we have inside, I'll show you on the other side, side camera. So what we have inside is we have two fans. You can see that they're lined up. The actual, you know, I'll use the roaming camera. That'll make it a little bit easier. So now you can see we have two fans, right? They're lined up, right? So lined up inside, that's essentially what you do, and they're just gonna blow straight across. That's all there is to it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just now go and put those and route them. Route the two cables in the back here. There's a little place in these, so both these fan cables are gonna come out of the back here, just like that. So now down here, you can see these are both the fan cables for this. They're coming right out of the back here. Then right here through the center, I'll see if I can line it up. We go ahead and take a zip tie and zip tie that close. This is just to keep them clean. Because even if it's 750 bucks, still want a good looking build, you know? Okay. Then we're gonna go to the other side. Keep them zip tied. Because you don't want any cables essentially showing through here. Okay, so now on this side, what I've done, I'll show you with the beautiful roaming camera. So I've got a zip tie here. The cables, as you can see, they're running out through, they essentially run down and out through here. So I've got them zip tied so they're nice and tight here. And then they basically run under through the back here, and then they come out and they're zip tied right here. So it's gonna make it, when it's sitting clean like this from the case, you don't see any basically cables here now, because they're all nice and clean, right? We just wanna make sure, even if it's 750 bucks, still wanna make sure it's a very nice looking clean build. So, and we'll try and use as few zip ties as possible to get this done. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is just clean up the little inside here. Clean up the little, cut the little zip tie using some zip tie cutters. Cut the zip tie, just go all the way up to the edge. There's one. The second one right here. And there we go. So that's clean and ready to go. Okay, so now that we have our fans in, what we can do now, just drop that on the Mobo. So I'm gonna take this right here, this cable right here, and I'm gonna route it right up top here, so it's behind the Mobo. Just for now. and then we'll use this a little bit later. I just want to make sure nothing's in the way of putting the Mobo in. Okay, so now we've got that. Inside of the Mobo box are two things you need. So we'll need this right here. This is our I/O shield. And then we'll need this right here. This is so we can connect our two front fans together and run them to the Mobo location. These are inside of your Mobo box. Okay, so what we're gonna do is you're gonna take this, you go right in here. You're gonna give it a nice solid push and push this in. And then I'll put it on the side and then continue to push it. You just want to make sure it's got a solid click all the way around. And you'll hear it click when it's in, okay? Okay, once it's in, so it'll be in just like that, and you'll see little kind of dots along the edge here. That's how you kind of know it's in. So you'll see these little dots. These dots will be on all the sides. Okay. So what we're gonna do is take our Mobo. I am gonna go ahead, this is up to you if you wanna do this or not. On this thing is a little sticker. I'm gonna get rid of it. There we go. It's up to you if you wanna cut this off or not, but I don't want it on my build. Okay, now what we're gonna do, pop this down. Take this just like this. Move it all the way over. Let's make sure all of our standoffs are in the right place. Yep, all the right standoffs there. I'm just gonna verify. Yep. Now, what I'm looking at real quick, just so you guys know, is, and yours will be fine, is that all of the micro ATX standoffs are there. There's actually one right here, but I don't need it for this Mobo. But I'm just making sure, so everything's good. Pop this in just like this. I noticed something. So what I noticed is right here, these right here are in the way. So I'm gonna just bend them all the way up. That way I can make sure they're clean. Go back at it. And before you screw your motherboard in, what you wanna do is you just wanna make sure nothing is blocking any of the ports. You can see now I've removed those, so nothing will block these ports. Nothing's blocking here, nothing's blocking here. These should all line up and be perfect on the I/O like that. And I'm just showing you guys step by step so if somebody else wants to watch this, they're like, man, that build, 750 bucks, it's perfect, I wanna build it. They absolutely can. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just verify that these are the right screws. They look like they are. Verify these in. Just gonna make sure these are the right ones. Okay, so the screws that you're actually looking for, guys, if you're building along, they look like this. They're flat. They're unlike, it's funny because it's just one of those things that sometimes almost every case. Some of them have little lips. These are nice little flat screws. There's nothing around them. They just look just like that. And we're gonna be putting them into Dun, 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 dun. Not these things. I'll show you where all the holes are. There's one here, one here, one here, one back here, one back here, one up here, one right there, and one right there. That's all the holes that we're going to be sticking all these little screws into. You'll see me do it there. I've already got 2 in. There's another one. Oh, maybe they give you, oh, it looks like they gave you multiple. These might work too. Hold on. Wow, these screws are legitimately, I don't know how they want us to get those screws in. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm wrong. These are not the right screws. And this is why you should look at your manual. They actually have nuts on them. They work too, but they're not the right screws. Are these? No, these won't work. These won't work in these fans. They actually, the screws that you're actually looking for look like this. My bad. My bad. And this is where it's always, you wish that it was a standard. They actually look like this, and they have little heads on them. These are the actual motherboard screws. So, and if I was paying attention like I would, and guys, this is just one of those things, I build a lot of PCs, but because cases are different, this is why we make these mistakes and show people that even people build PCs make these mistakes. If you look in the manual, so A, and it shows here that A is the screws. Now the fan screws, does it actually show what those are? It does not show fan screws. So, but A is the screws that you want. And then it looks like the ones that I was actually showing you, which are E, I'm guessing are your, let's find out what E is actually used for. B, no. E is used for hard drive mounting. Okay, so those are the hard drive mounts. So A is the screws you want to use, which are the screws I showed you earlier. So we're going to screw all these in, using the right screws now. And it's unfortunate, I really wish that all Mobo screws looked the same, but they don't, unfortunately. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my longer screwdriver. Put in the ones that are going here. So we're going to use a longer, this is Excalibur. Because a normal screwdriver doesn't quite fit in there. Okay, so now all of my, oh, one more screw. Goes in the top corner. And there we go. Okay, so now our screws are in. Nice small, yeah, micro ATX. Is that from me, that schedule thing, Blondie? Because I need to fix that. Okay, there we go. So we have all that in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work on our front panels and getting all our cables connected. Okay, so we have all of our cables here. Let's get these fixed. So first thing I'm gonna do, grab these. Hook this up, just like that. Hook this one, just like that. I'm gonna run this one into the center here. So it's in the same cable location as the other ones. Okay, there we go. Might undo this. I cut these out. Okay. Run these up and then over. Main reason is I don't want any cables visible from there we go. Move that down, just fine. What I'm working on right here is just making sure that none of the cables that I'm using are visible. Okay, so now what we're gonna work on is getting all of our cables connected. Remove this hard drive. Well, I guess if I remove this, I'm curious, if I remove this hard drive tray, if I have access to the bottom better. Nope, that is nothing useful there, okay. So you can keep this on then. Okay, so let's take a look. One more thing I'm gonna cut real quick. Thanks, D-Lam, I appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of that. I'm not gonna quite cut that because I might move that a couple more times. Get rid of that cable. So look at the front here. So one cable, I'm gonna take our small, this one right here. And there's actually a fan plug down here, so we're gonna route this one through the bottom, through the back here. I'll show you through the top down here in a minute. We're just gonna route this through here. Okay. So right here from the top down, you see what I actually did is I actually ran the cable through this hole to down here. And that allows me to use this plug below. So I routed it through here, right here. You can see it up above. This is the cable right here. Routed it down here. I'm going to plug it in right here. And that's going to keep that nice and hidden. Just going to shove the other cable underneath there. Okay, first cable connected, guys. There you go. So this fan is now plugged in right here. what's up, Falcon? Okay, so we got that in. Now what we're gonna do is we've got another fan. We got a fan up there. Trying to see where else I have fans. Oh, I have 2 down here. Okay, cool. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start working on hiding and showing our other cables here. Okay. So we're gonna take, I'm gonna use the rear camera here. Okay, so here's all of our rear cameras, our rear cables. So we have HD audio. We have a USB 3.2, USB-C, a unified front panel, which is actually really nice for such an inexpensive case. And then we also have our HD audio, okay? So first thing we're gonna do is and then we also have, remember these 2 cables that connect together, they connect to our fan. So you have a single fan cable right here that's connected to your 2 front fans. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run our front fan into the far corner, which you guys can't see because of where my thing is. So there we go, into the far corner here. Just gonna route it in here, just like that. We're also gonna take this HD audio cable. We're gonna take this HD audio cable. It's got the multicolored ugly stuff right here. Also routed into that far corner right there, just like that. And then we're gonna take our front panel one, and it actually literally says F panel on it. It says F panel just like this. So we're gonna take this F panel one. We're gonna put that right in here, just like that. Shove that one right there. And then for our USB-C and our so this is USB-C and this is our USB 3.2. These cables are gonna go right into this square right here and kind of wrap around like that, okay? And that's all of our cables routed through. And what we're gonna do is just quickly lay it down on its back and then we'll hook all those up. Okay, so there's all our cables routed. So we can hook them all up now. All right, so first thing we're gonna hook up is our USB-C and USB 3.2. Oh, right here. USB 3.2, there's only one way it goes in. It's got a little nipple on it, just like that. It's gonna go right there. Just like you can see the little slot for it right there. There it is, okay. And then we're gonna do the same thing with USB-C. That's just gonna plug in right here. Okay, and then we'll get those cleaned up here in a minute. Then we're gonna grab this one that says F panel on it. F panel, see how it says F panel? That's just gonna go right here in the far. And then over here on the far side, we got 2 cables. We got one, it's a fan header, it looks like this. Okay, that's gonna go plug in right here on this fan header. That'll plug in our 2 front fans. And then right here, got this beautiful HD audio cable. That's gonna plug in far all the way to the, oh, wait, there's a higher. All right, so I'm gonna move this, sorry guys. I'm gonna unplug this, we're gonna reroute these. Flip this over. I'm gonna take that front panel, and it's HD audio. I didn't see this one. So right here is another hole. So we're gonna take these 2, the front panel and the HD audio, and we're gonna route them into this. Just like that. Flip them over. Okay, so this one is gonna plug right where we said earlier. Scroll it up. Plug this one right where we said earlier. Same place. And then we're gonna take this HD audio cable. That's gonna plug in right here over that. And now you see all of our cables are all connected and ready to go. Now we just gotta hide them. So we have HD audio right here. That fan cable right there. Got our front panel right here. Then we have our USB-C right here and our USB 3.2 right there. And then right here, we routed underneath That's that fan, the rear fan cable, which is all hidden in here. So now we can turn it over, make it look pretty. Kelt's favorite part, making it look good. So for this, what we're gonna do, well, it's a front pan, it's considered a front panel connector. There we go. And then what we're working on here, guys, is we just want to make sure that no cables are visible from the front. That's the most important thing here. So I could technically wrap this around maybe. No, I probably want to do this. And then we'll probably just do a 2-round one here. Pull this up. But I want no cables basically visible, so okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, that one's good. Cut this. I like it, Kelt. That's his favorite part, guys. Kelt has spoken. So what I might do for this is just make this cleanly part of this. So let's do this and then get these kind of up here. So we'll have like one clump here, which I think will just end up looking a little bit cleaner. And if you're following along, makes it easy. You can follow along with the cable mess too. I think so. I think the making it pretty part is important. I mean, like, even if it's $750, right? Like, this is somebody's gonna be somebody's pride and joy, and I'm gonna make it look good. Okay. Now that'll remove the front panel connector there. Yeah, we're using the B580 because it's for 750 bucks. We'll show you performance. We got performance numbers for all this here in a minute, but it's very impressive what this thing is capable of doing. And I'll show you, we have performance numbers here that we've already run on this very build with this CPU and GPU combination. Come on. There we go. There you go. Okay, there's that. Now, last part of this is just, we're gonna twisty tie this pretty close here, and then one right there, and then we're good. The reason we're twisty tying and making this little loop here is that we really want a nice clean look from our cables in the front. Actually, I can just twisty tie it here. Actually, I'll do it like this. And this will twisty tie it down. Make it nice and secure. There you go. That keeps that nice and down. One more right here. We have tested this. This is the second time we've put this build together. There we go. Okay, so now you've got a nice clean look to it. Okay, so there's all of our cables cleaned up. So let's just run through parts again real quick. We're getting very close to having the build done. Okay, so what we have inside of this PC that we're building and giving away at $745 is a Intel Core i5-12400F. It's got an ASRock B660M Pro RS motherboard, the Sparkle Intel Arc B580 GPU, the Team Group MP44L 1TB NVMe drive, G-Skill Ripjaw 3200 megahertz, CL16 32 gig kit of RAM, the Cooler Master Q300L V2 case. We've got the stock cooler, and then we have the Corsair RM650. And then what we have over here is we can show you performance for this build at both 1440p and 1080p RAW. So looking at the 1080p numbers here, you're looking at Fortnite running at 188 at 1080p. This is RAW, or at 162.2 at 1440p. For Grand Theft Auto 5, 178.2 at 1080p. This is maxed, and then 131.5 at 1440p. At Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, obviously this is set for multiplayer. You're looking at 135 frames per second at 1080p, 98.4 frames per second at 1440p. For Forza Horizon 5 at Extreme, at RAW 100 at 1080p, 83 at 1440p. Red Dead Redemption 2 at Ultra, 120 frames at 1080p, 81 at 1440p. Cyberpunk 2077 at high, 94 frames per second at 1080p, 62 frames per second at 1440p. Marvel Rivals at Ultra, you got 82 frames per second at 1080p, 62 frames per second at 1440p. For Starfield High, 71 at 1080p, 57 at 1440p. Indiana Jones on Ultra, 77 at 1080p, 55 at 1440p, and then you've got Black Myth Wukong at 45 at 1080p and 4040 at 1440p. But if you add upscaling, look at all those numbers. Now you're looking at 97 frames per second on Cyberpunk 2077, 95 at 1440p. You've got 102 at 1080p and 88 at 1440p. Marvel Rivals now up to 80 frames per second at 1440p. 65 frames per second at 1440p on Starfield with upscaling. Black Myth Wukong now at 60 at 1440p and almost 60 frames per second at 1440p on Indiana Jones. So to say that this is a really amazing build for essentially playing 1440p and 1080p at $750 is really, really good. And Falcon dropping 20 gifted subs, as well as Valorant dropping 6. What is going on? Falcon taking the top spot as a thing. So thank you very much so much for that Kelt. And then Dropkick dropping it as well. 50 months at tier 3. 50 months at tier 3. Holy moly. That's crazy. So there we go, guys. What do you guys think? $745 build. That is killer for $745. I just got to say. Okay, and then when you look at the build itself, now, from the side, see, it looks nice and clean. We'll add one cable tie there, but look at that. Looks nice, simple, clean, elegant. It's just a clean looking build. And we don't have any like weird looking cables or anything like that. I'm gonna add one zip tie right there just to keep it nice and tight. I love it, right? It's what you want. You want a nice, clean build. And it's nice and affordable too. Actually, I don't even, I might do a zip tie right. Actually, I think I'll do it on the other side, right there, right here. I think it'll do what I want, and I won't even have to have the zip tie showing. There we go. Perfect. Okay, guys, let's get our GPU installed, and then we'll do our PSU, and it's done. So here on the other side, it's hard to see, but here on the other side right here, I'll do it this way. So you got a little bit of a cover. Pull that off. Like I said earlier on in the stream, if you're following along, you just got to pop. You got to pop this, these two out. They just pop out with some pressure. I'm going to unscrew this. These will not be there if this case is new. These screws are inside of the bag, and they look just like the screws you use for the motherboard. Perfect. That's going to pop off here. Maybe. It's supposed to slide up. There it is, slides up. It's a little hard to, there we go. Just got to do it together. There it is, and then there it goes, and then it pops out. There it goes. A little bit of a hard thing, but it's all good. Okay, so then it pops out just like that. Okay, let's grab our Titan. It's budget. It's still not terrible, but it's budget. So here is the Titan Sparkle OC Edition. Pop it open. And they've actually got, like, check it out. They got a full-blown, if you need it, right? A full-blown set, has an S on it. If you want to use, so you can have your GPU sag bracket if you need it. It's actually pretty neat. S for Sparkle. Yeah, it's a very attractive. We'll take this out. And the card is nice and pretty. Look at that, guys. Nice looking card there. Single 8-pin connector for it right there. And then the top looks nice, and it's like a nice nice blue. Pop this off. Pop these out. Yeah, it's got a kickstand, exactly. Go. We'll see if we need the kickstand. Just pop it in there just like that. That looks great. It's like a lighter, like almost a purple blue at the top, and then it's more like a blue on the bottom. Oh, you know what? Guys, I'm dumb. Forgot to put the clamp on. The clampa. There we go. There we go. Well, I think it's neat that they have, like, Intel has, like, somebody like Sparkle. That's cool to have somebody new, you know. And I like the little sparkle there in the center, which is neat. And there we go. Let's see how it looks. Doesn't sag. It looks, looking at the side here, doesn't look like it sags. So it doesn't look like it needs a sag bracket, but nice little, cool little system right there. Okay, so now guys, time for our PSU. So we'll get this out of the way. Let me just stick it right here actually. Now if you got the 650 or the 750 watt, the instructions are gonna be exactly the same. Like I said, if you plan on doing any upgrading, I would recommend doing the 750, but if you're trying to just save all that money, 650 is gonna be perfectly good here. It is an 8-pin, yes. The B580 is an 8-pin. So cables we're gonna need our 24-pin. So it looks like this. Need your 124-pin, just like this. We're gonna need one CPU connection. I actually have two on this, if you want. Opening it up to see what I got here. Okay, so you need one CPU connection, not two. And look at all these. Look, they gave you so many zip tie connections. So if you're looking for zip ties and you're building along, you can always look inside of your bag here. Okay, and then you'll need a 8-pin connection, which is right here. We'll make it look pretty when we get the chance. I'll do the best we can given the cables. And then the rest of this is not anything you need. You obviously need your power supply cable, but it'll be in the box for whoever wins the PC. Okay, so on the back here, EMAG, it's really good. The things that you guys are seeing on this is the ray tracing on it is actually pretty good, especially with XeSS. And the XeSS 2 stuff, as it gets implemented more and more, will be, but yeah, you're gonna see, we'll show Indiana Jones. Hopefully we'll be able to update it and all that sort of stuff, and we'll show Indiana Jones, so you guys can actually see it. I want this one. So this is gonna say, it's just, you're gonna plug this, the split side. The split side is not gonna get plugged in. It's the non-split side that's gonna go right here, just like that. And we're gonna take our 24-pin. It's gonna split between this and this. Like that. SATA tried to sneak in, but it failed. And then our CPU one is gonna go right here. Okay, so the next step is, remember we got this earlier. So now what we got to do is plug this into mount this thing on. And so you're gonna see the corner one, that's gonna go up at the top. So we're gonna mount this little bracket that we took off at the beginning onto the PSU. And remember my rule, guys. If you've never seen this before or never followed along, do not tighten them all down. Just start them and tighten them afterwards. Yes, we have tested ray tracing on it, and it's good. Tom, can you answer his question? But the stuff that we're showing you is with ray tracing on Cyberpunk and everything else. That's why it's so good. Just gonna tighten these all the way down now. Okay, so that's in. Oh, that's good. I like that one, TARDIS. Okay, so we're gonna then slip this. Again, from the side view, we're gonna slip this inside. It goes right down at the bottom. Worry about making the cables look nice here in a minute. And then that's gonna line up just like that. Then we're gonna take the 4 screws that we got. Once you find the right holes for them. Oops. Just kind of shove all the cables in here. It's going to be easier this way. Hey guys, never mind. I put this stupid thing on upside down. Okay, so do everything I did, just the opposite now. Put this on upside down. Which I think he did too. Let me just make sure I did this right. I'm gonna see which way the bracket goes in. No, I had it right, didn't I? No? Does it go? It must go this way. Okay, so it does go that way. Okay. Okay, so you need to make sure so the little lip goes at the top, not where I had it. That's my bad. And then again, like I said, don't screw it all the way down. All the way down, just get it in so you can get all the parts in first. There we go. See you later, Falcon. Thank you, Kelt. Okay, now we're gonna tighten it all the way down. So make sure if you're following along, make sure the lip goes at the top, not at the bottom like I did for a mistake on the first one. Okay, now I'm gonna slip it just like this inside. And there's a cable that you just gotta kind of avoid in the corner here. It just lines up just like that. There's 4 holes in the back. So now you're just gonna screw them into the holes. I would just get it started on each hole. And then we'll tighten them afterwards. Okay, screws in. Okay, now we're gonna make it look good. So what I'm gonna do here, this is our CPU cable. Route that one through. Route the 24 pin through. There we go. And the last one we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go ahead and connect this. Just like this. So the 8-pin plugs in right here. And then we're gonna take the rest of this and route it through as much as we can. Try and make it look as good as possible. Okay. So we go to top down, find one of these, and it's amazing, even though the PSU case is inside, we can make it look really pretty. Just by getting a lot of this stuff kind of into the back. You could not do a front-mounted AIO with this, no. You could do a top-mounted 240, but a front mount, well, no. With this card, no. You could do a top-mounted though, for sure. Okay, so now we're just gonna pull all of our extra cable through. Now what we're trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that we have a very clean front of house, right? So I'm gonna take a really long zip tie. I'm gonna zip tie this. Okay, so what I've done, and I'll show you on the other side when we're done, I'm just zip tying these together. And this will make for a very clean looking front of house. Okay, so when you look at the build from the front now, so when you look at the build from the front, like, it looks nice and clean. we did a zip tie right inside. So you can see we did a zip tie right inside, and then you end up with a very, very clean look inside. And we haven't hooked up the top here or anything like that yet, but you have a very nice looking clean build, even though the PSU is visible. Oh, there it is. And then on the back, let's route this and get this mount installed real quick. And then we'll get the rest of this cleaned here. So you got that plugged in. Oh, it's actually this way. Okay, so we've got our 24 pin cleaned up, and then we plugged in our our CPU. So this is the CPU one that literally is labeled CPU that goes in and then the 24 pin goes right here. And then you saw me plug in the 8 pin. Now we'll just finish with a little bit of cable management we got to do back here. One more right there, and then we've got a clean kind of center. I like it, Figment. That's good advice. Okay, there we go, guys. All in. Wish there was a tie down right here, but there's not really. But the thing will call it down. Okay, so there we go, guys. Build is all clean. Very simple, very clean. And then all we do is put the back on here in just a second. There we go. And these use screws. So you can remember, you can set it down or you can sit it up. There we go. One more. Okay, there is our back in and installed. And then from the front, there is actually our budget build. And like you said, it looks good from the front. Nice and clean in both the front and the thing. So it's like nice and very clean looking build. And then even if we did from the front this way, there is your build, guys. What do you think? It's very clean. You can bear, like it doesn't look very budget because I think the blue just really kind of pops. So I think it's just nice. Okay, so we're gonna do our sponsor for today, and then we'll get right to we'll throw some Indiana Jones on it, see how the temps are and stuff like that, and then we'll give it away. And by the way, if you're looking for an inexpensive 4090 build, let me know. We have some really ridiculously, like, I mean, they're $4,000 plus builds. We're selling them for $3,500, about $600 off. And those are coming in right now. So if you want to pick one up, we have some really good options available for you. So if you want to go pick some of those up, we have, we're just getting rid of some things. Hypothetically, you could install one at the bottom. Yes, you could. Okay, so we're gonna grab our, and then this, if you want to, what I would recommend if you're having this is just pop this in the front. We're gonna do our testing. So without, well, we can take it out and put it back in. So you just take this, just pop it in the front because that's where your fans are. Oh, there's two. I get one for both. Okay, there you go. Never mind, you have both. So pop those both on. And then remember, you can leave the build like this, or if you wanted to, you just set it down like this too, and you have both options. Just don't stick anything on the tempered glass, but you could just run the build like that as well. It is elevated, so you have two options. Doesn't take up a ton of room on your desk at $750. We'll turn on in just a second. Let's go through our sponsor real quick. First, we're gonna do our zip tie count. All right, let's see if we got odd or even today. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. Oh, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 15. 17, guys. 17. It is odd today. 17 zip ties used in today's build. Okay, let's go to static. Ugh. Leaving the year on an odd count, that's right. So let's say, for instance, you finished building a PC like this, you've spent $725. Well, if you were gonna pick up a copy of Windows at some place like Best Buy or at Newegg, it would cost you, man, $100. That's like over, or sometimes over $100, which would be almost 1/7 of the cost of the build. But here at VIP-CDKdeals.com, you can pick up a copy of Windows 11. There we go, Windows 11 Home for $30 or Windows 11 Pro for $32. So let's go ahead and say, you know, we're gonna go Windows 11 Pro, spend a little bit of extra bank because we want the additional features that comes with it. So $32.45, but if you hit buy now and use code RBCK at checkout and hit apply, what was $32.45 drops all the way down to $22.71, which that saves you quite a bit of money right there, right? $22.71. That's a much better price, and you'd have to buy up to 10 copies of the normal retail version versus this one is the OEM version to basically do the same. Now here's the deal. As long as you don't change the motherboard, you can upgrade all your other parts and this won't go, but if you move motherboards, then you'd have to buy a second copy of Microsoft Windows. Now the other thing too that they just added here at VIP-CDK Deals is also Office 365. So if you're looking for going into a winter quarter or whatever it was, you can pick up a copy of Office 365 for 5 devices or 1 device. The cool thing is that this is just per year. Regularly, it's like $249 a year, but here you can get it for $45.97. But you can use the same deal. Buy now, use code RBCK at checkout, hit apply. What was $45.97 drops all the way down to, there it is, $32.18. So you can save quite a bit of money. We have literally thousands and thousands of people who've used it at Robeytech. We verified that they are legit copies of Windows. They are OEM. If you have any questions, just ask here in chat. They have great customer service too. We've had people buy them. Tons of people buy codes from there. So feel free to ask if you have any. They're like, are they legit? Yep, they're legit. They work, all that sort of stuff going from there. Okay. Now, I do want to let you guys know just one thing. If you're looking for budget builds, and maybe this isn't the budget build for you, you can head over to Robeytech.com. Well, before I do that, if you support any influencers or people like that, please do us a favor, remove Honey and remove, Karma. Here's the deal, guys. I don't know if you guys saw the video that just recently came out, but both Honey and Karma, what they do is they do things like stealing affiliate links from all of your favorite streamers, whether that's Linus, Jay's 2 Cents, you may have other ones. They basically do some really messed up stuff, and they don't necessarily save you money. In fact, they will feed you money that will give them the highest cost on some of the things. So please remove Honey, please remove Karma, and then from there, what you can do is you can help people like myself. So Robeytech.com, if you're holiday shopping or just even regular shopping, you can click on any one of these links. Here's the deal, guys. It does not cost you more money, but we get a nice little kickback from it, and we get some nice big help. So remove Honey, and then click on those things. Shop as you would, whether you're doing it at Best Buy, LG, Walmart, any of these locations. Just click on this link, and it helps us, and it doesn't cost you anything more. Also, if this budget build wasn't for you, you can go to Robeytech.com, click on budget builds. We have other budget build options. There's an $875 one that was all AMD. We had a $1,000 RTX 4070 build. So depending on what you want or what you may look for, go ahead and check in here. Just click on the build itself. It shows you all the parts. It has links to get them, and then also the performance. And as you can see here, the performance on this build, pretty dang good, guys. So head over to Robeytech.com/budget builds. And then you can see, you can go and see any one of these things as well as the performance, because we're not going to be able to obviously run through all the games and all that sort of stuff as well. Yeah. So, yeah, it's PayPal doing PayPal things, guys. So if you do me a favor, if you're running Honey or if you're running Karma, please remove it. And thank you, because I feel like there's a ton of people who've actually thought they were supporting me, and surprise, surprise, Honey and Karma were basically stealing from us, which was kind of screwed up. So, yeah. I appreciate it, guys. Okay, so that is it. Let's go ahead and get our build turned on and started. Okay, and then we'll do some thermals, run some Indiana Jones, and go from there. I'll also show you guys, because we have to DDU this. This one actually had a Radeon GPU in it, so we'll show you guys how to do DDU and stuff like that on this as well. Okay, so we're gonna go in and connect all of our cables here. First thing we're gonna do is plug in our HDMI. Grab our power and our network. And our network cable. So as you can see here, I've got all those plugged in. I'm gonna grab my keyboard and my mouse, my Asus Azoth. Love this keyboard, and then my harp. So for me, I always plug the keyboards into the top ones, keyboard and mouse in the top one, and then use the USB 3 and USB-C for other stuff. There you go, that's plugged in. We're seeing power lights, that's always a good sign. Okay. 3, 2, 1. It is on. There's not a lot of lights, but it is on. There's our sparkle card. Our Intel Arc is on. We got a little bit of light behind, so we actually will have a little bit of a RGB, which is nice. Now we're just gonna wait. Oh. There it is, right there. It is captured and it is in. It is posting. So there we go. It does post. Now it's gonna be ugly. We're gonna install DDU and install our new Arc graphics. So this is if you ever install a new graphics card, this will also be a nice little thing for you. So you're gonna search for DDU. There it is, we're gonna download this. I don't know if am I installing the right? Oh, let me just me. Okay, this is not. I want this. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay. Just making sure I open the right one. So we're gonna open up DDU. While I'm doing this, I am gonna run Steam real quick. Do we have is Oh, where? Oh, do you not have Indiana Jones on here? Oh, did I miss the download? Oh, I think it's downloading. Oh, did I forget to do the download? There it is. Okay. Oh, I need to, hold on. I need to go into safe mode. Hold on one sec. Yeah, I know, I'm not in safe mode right now. Okay. What did I do here? I'm just making sure I have the right one. Hold on. Downloads. Yes to all. Oh yeah, I have the right one. Okay. I don't want that. I want to make sure I have the latest one. Okay, good. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we're gonna go into safe mode. I thought he had. Okay, let me do this, guys. Library. Give it a sec. Hold on, hold on. GHI. Okay, I'm gonna give us a sec. Settings, go to safe mode, which I want to do. It's the restart. I don't do it very often in mine. There's what I was looking for. Okay, fix problems. I want to do advanced startup. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so you just go to do system recovery. So if you go to system, and then you go to recovery, and then you go to advanced startup. So again, you're gonna go to start, settings, system, and this is, I know there's other ways to do it, I'm just trying to show you the way that most people don't do with the slash commands. Go to recovery, and then you're gonna go to advanced recovery and hit restart now. Restart anyway. And we're gonna wait. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna select safe mode here in a sec. Okay, so go to troubleshoot, advanced options, startup settings, and then you hit restart, and then you're gonna select safe mode. And this is just how you would remove a driver. And then we're gonna hit 4 and enable safe mode. And we're gonna remove the AMD Radeon drivers. So open up downloads, DDU. We're gonna select GPU, AMD, and then we're gonna clean and restart, and then now it's gonna do its bit. So we basically said GPU, we selected AMD, and then we're just hit clean and restart, and then you're just gonna wait. And it's gonna uninstall all the AMD drivers. Get rid of everything in there, and then we're gonna restart and install, we're gonna restart and install the ARC drivers. And guys, if you use this tool, I would definitely recommend giving them like $5. This is such an incredible tool. Such an incredible tool, and such a huge thing towards saving people. You know what I mean? For sure. And this makes sure that your drivers, you don't have any issues, nothing resident. This will keep you from having a bunch of problems. So if you install a new, even if you don't have to do this in between upgrading between NVIDIA drivers, but if you start noticing you're having a bunch of issues, I would definitely DDU to your drivers, have it do a full uninstall, and then do a reinstall like what we're just doing. It's definitely the safe way to do it. Okay, so while this is doing, while we're doing everything else, I'm gonna continue to let Steam download the game. Okay, so we're just gonna keep letting, want this more than that. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Intel Arc drivers. And you can actually, is it still, hold on, let me, do you still update these? Before I do that, Tom, do you still update them on the site? No, it's good. You should continue to use it, yes. No, DDU is absolutely worth using. Okay, so we're going to download this. We're going to download our driver. Oh. Well, dude, I'm looking at other stuff too, man. I'm trying to do, I don't see it all, so I'm going to ask real time. Okay, so if you go to Robeytech.com, by the way, and if you go to resources and then GPU drivers, it actually, and this is what I was just talking about, Tom actually updates all of the drivers for each one of these, as well as all the previous drivers, and then it also has a whole thing on how to install DDU. So there you go right there. So this actually, if you were wanting to do this and install this, there's actually a whole website, page on our site to help you do that. So you wouldn't have to do what I do. You can just click on Intel Arc, and then there's a full step-by-step on how to do DDU. Okay, so we're gonna run this. So just go, not a bad idea bookmarking Robeytech.com, because we have a lot of resources on there, like PSU stuff and all that sort of stuff as well. He does a really good job. Okay, so we're gonna wait for this while we're still installing. We're still installing this. This is still going to try and get as much as we can. All right, here we go. We're gonna install our graphics drivers. We are in Pacific. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to begin our installation. I agree, accept. This is pretty straightforward. Probably not a lot of people have seen this installation. A lot of people have probably seen the NVIDIA one. Probably not a lot of people have seen the ARC one, the Intel one. I'll show them the requirement, the PSU page. Let me let the driver install so I get full resolution here. What do you mean, oh, hot in 92? What do you mean, is that specific? Well, now it's like you guys are seeing new, right? Not everybody gets to see this. Takes a little while. There it goes. Is that this? I don't know what that is. Trying to figure out what's making that sound. Is it this? Something is beeping. It's not this. No? I don't know what's beeping. I don't know if it's the is it the, I don't want the UPS. It's not the UPS though. It's coming from over here. I don't know what sound that is. I don't have another UPS anywhere. I can't tell where it's coming from. We're trying to figure it out, guys. Is it coming from this? I don't know. It's not that. No? I'm gonna turn this off 1 sec. I'm trying to figure out what's beeping. It's not that. Unless, is it coming from this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was. Okay. It was coming from the speakers. We figured it out. Don't know why. We'll get to it. Don't know what that was. It's aliens. That was weird. Hey. Okay, pop that in there. Coming from inside the house. Duplicate these displays, keep changes. Do 150. There we go. Okay, so what we can show you. So if you go to resources and go to GPU minimum PSU requirements, you can actually see here all of the Radeon, and then here's the Intel Arc. So you can actually see B580. It's showing total board power and then PSU minimum. So we actually show you all of those as well, which is actually pretty cool. So you can see all of the different ones. Let me see if it's still doing it. Not doing it anymore. Oh yeah, that's good. So that's, if you want to see, it'll show you each one of them, what the graphics power needed, and the PSU minimum requirement for each one of them as well. So that's on there as well. GPU drivers, and then we also have how to install Windows. A full step-by-step guide on how to install Windows, and all that sort of stuff is also here too. So yeah, we try to put all of this stuff up here for you. So there's lots of cool resources. So you can essentially figure out how to do this yourself. Hold on 1 sec, guys. My daughter's calling. 1 sec. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we've got everything installed, DDUs installed. Now we're just gonna, let's go ahead and test our thermals. We have about 10 minutes left on this. Let's test our thermals real quick, make sure we have hardware info. I don't think we do. Oh, we do, okay, cool. So let's go ahead and go to our side mode. Put our glass on. Now the side's still got the peel on it. So just so you know, so it doesn't look appealing. So that way the person who wins this can actually peel it. There is some noise, just so you know, it's not the quietest rig. If you change the stock cooler, you could definitely get some, you get the cooler, the noise down, but there we go. Whoa, okay, that seems wrong. The cooler doesn't seem to be installed correctly. So that seems to be a problem right there. So let's stop this. It's just running at max. So I probably got to fix something. That's why it's loud. Okay, let's shut this down. Oh, I'm sorry, I should have showed you that. It was running at like 97, which is not normal. A stock cooler should run it more than fine. Let me find my screwdriver. Which is why I was like, why is it so loud? But it's not supposed to be that loud. So it doesn't feel like the cooler's completely seated. No, thermal paste is on it. We did a whole design on it. So thermal paste is on it. No, the plastic's not on the cooler. There we go. There we go. This feels like it's not seated all the way. Oh yeah, it's definitely not seated all the way. It was barely on. It's not seated all the way. Why is this not seated on? Need a flathead. I will tell you, one of the problems I do know about these is that if you take them off and then try to re-put them back on, like they're not good at reapplying. Yeah, this cooler's not all the way on. Yeah, that would be why. I'm gonna go grab a new cooler. I just don't think you can use, I think the reapplying of the new one versus an old one is a problem. Okay, so if you are following along with this video and this will work. So this is a brand new one, exact same stock cooler. So the thing is it already has thermal paste, which is fine. So I don't need to worry, like the thermal paste and doing double thermal paste isn't going to do anything. But put this in the thing, and then that works so much better. These are not really meant to replace, you know what I mean? Like even then when you take it out, and then see that's in sealed and nice. So if you were following along with this video, you probably did not have the same problem I just did. There we go. Perfect. And then now that's going to be much quieter. It's just they're very hard to reapply. So if you have if you use a used one, they're hard to reapply, Tom. So I just went and got a new one, and that fixed it. So it's on. I mean, when you're building builds like this, guys, though, every dollar counts, right? Like people who are trying to buy and build PCs at this cost. Yeah, every single dollar counts. I know that there are cheap builds, but cheap coolers, but yeah. And these builds, every single dollar. There we go. There are great there are great tower coolers that are inexpensive, but not everybody wants to spend the money. They want to spend it on whatever they can, right? And so these are literally about making every dollar stretch. That's why there's no cable extensions. It's why there's nothing like that. Wow, that's so much quieter. Okay, let's keep the game thing installing. There we go. So now you look at your temperature. There's your temperature sitting at 45, 50. So no problem whatsoever. Floor was like maxing out. But yeah, there's your temp right there, 53, 54. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're gonna let this finish, the little download finish. It'll take 7 minutes, and then we'll do our thermal test because we don't want to do it while running Steam. And again, we'll let people do all their own changes for Windows. We just basically set it up, install it, and then get it ready, and then they can do whatever they want. So it's nothing crazy. Street Breaker, so we're on year 3, so coming up on year 4. Okay. Okay, still just waiting for the little bit of the download left. Yeah, I've been streaming it Street Breaker since then, yeah. Mr. Hoot, every dollar counts. And honestly, again, you can get, like, we're just trying to make it, if you wanted to buy the other one, you absolutely could. We're trying to make it as, for budget, it's all as inexpensive as possible. And the thing is that for us, it's like, some people are like, why did you add Wi-Fi? Some people are like, why didn't you have Wi-Fi? So it's just one of those things that goes from there. Sorry, just taking care of this as I wait for the last 3 minutes and 42 seconds. I like it, TARDIS. What's the specs on your main gaming rig? The main one now is a 9800X3D RTX 4090 with a 2 terabyte Gen 5 and a 2 terabyte Gen 5 and 12 terabyte Gen 4 RAID 0 game drive inside of it. It's a Falcon Northwest, yeah. That is that the Cooler Master? Yeah, this is the Cooler Master Q, yeah. Yeah. Because I wanted one drive at RAID 0. So it's really fast and it's really big. One second, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh man, hold on one sec. I'm trying to fix something. What? Let me, yeah. Okay, waiting 20 seconds. 20 seconds, guys. There we go. Okay. And then we'll be able to show the last little test. There we go. We'll let this last little thing, it's just updating. It'll take a minute. And then we're almost there, guys. Oh yeah, so giveaway rules for the PC, very, very simple, guys. You have to be following on Twitch. You have to be following on Twitch. You have to be subscribed on YouTube and on youtube.com/Robeytech and youtube.com/Robeytech Live. So go hit that, go subscribe, subscribe on those. You got to go do that right now. The last thing is that you have to be a member of our Discord server, discord.gg/Robeytech. Okay? Now, if you are subscribed at twitch.tv/Robeytech, which is the one you pay for, then you get extra entries. You do not need to be subscribed, but if you want extra entries towards winning this PC, drop your free Amazon Prime sub. That'll get you extra entries towards winning. And then it's US only and over 18. So, I have 2 YouTube channels. Oh. Don't worry, guys. For Canada and Mexico, those will be for the larger, more expensive builds. The Canada and Mexico is included. Shipping to those countries is literally almost half the cost of the build. Cap Sticky, when we get to that point, you'll know. Okay, just waiting for the install to finish here, guys. Yeah, Robeytech and Robeytech Live. They're free. That doesn't bother. It doesn't matter. They're both free. That doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to be on both channels, not success. You just have to subscribe on both. Zainam, yes, you can do that if you want to. YouTube.com/Robeytech and YouTube.com/Robeytech Live. 21 seconds, we're just waiting for this last install. Okay, giveaway will be happening. Oh, and there's our YouTube goal. So giveaway. Why don't we do this right now while we wait? $25 new gift card up for grabs. Because we hit that. This is $25 new gift card up for grabs right now. $25! Exclamation point community. Two minutes, guys. Go ahead and grab it. Okay, finally, guys. Okay, so while we're doing that, we can finally close this. Let's open up Cinebench. And let's test our thermals. Sorry about that. A little bit of showing you quite a bit here with the setup and everything. So we're going to multi-core, 10 minutes, start. Probably hit 60. And there you go, no problem whatsoever, sitting at 74, right? So thermals are gonna be no problem. I didn't cancel the raffle, did I? Oh, it's 50, okay. Oh, sorry, let me fix it. It said 50, sorry guys. Oh, starting the giveaway now. $25 up for grabs. Okay. Okay, $25 up for grabs. Doing too much at the same time. I've already hydrated multiple times, Blondie. And the VIP, that's up to you. Success the man got crypto. Eternal Rage, 33 months. And she's been subscribed for 55 months. Crazy. But as you can see, temps are not going to be much of a problem whatsoever. Now, not the fastest CPU, but just showing like where you're going to be absolutely fine with this cooler. Now, if you wanted to drop it down and add another cooler, you absolutely could, but you don't need to. It's kind of the reason we show this. A different cooler would make it quieter for sure. But, you know what I mean? Like if every dollar counts, then that's what matters. Okay, let's do a dad joke real quick.
Now, another Robeytech.
Okay. What kind of a car does a sheep like to drive? What kind of a car does a sheep like to drive? A Lamborghini. A Lamborghini, get it? That one's pretty bad. And it looks like temps-wise, we're going to be absolutely fine, guys. Okay, so let's finish. Temps are done. Let's take a look at gaming real quick by doing probably one of the most demanding games on the planet. Okay, so let's drop this. Let's open up library. Throw Indiana Jones on here. I should go ahead and install GPU tweak. I don't know what it'll show. It'll be interesting. I've never tried to do it with Arc. But I'm gonna try it. Congratulations, Roboto. We'll see what it shows. I'm curious. I don't know if this will work, but we're gonna try. I'm gonna try and run this for to see if it works for Arc. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, we're gonna restart. Yeah, there's no active giveaway right now, guys. Apparently there's updates I didn't know that were being installed. The winner was Roboto 420. Roboto 420 won the gift card. Yeah, this build was we were planning on doing it and then we changed, so there might have been some Windows updates, but it's doing them now. So Blondie says you can enter on YouTube and Twitch, but only under one account. Oh my gosh. Of course it has to do this now. All right, it's restarting. Why, of course it has to do this now. It's coming back. Clash Gaming, thank you very much. Wow, that was okay. Not bad. Hey, so there, yeah, so it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work on there. So it's not gonna work with Arc. So we'll have to see what the game shows, which cool thing is that it has the Indiana Jones actually has a nice little thing for it. So we'll pop this open. Oh, you know what I should have said? Okay, well, we're gonna see what this tries to do because it's not running on. Waiting for it to run. Waiting for the game. It's got to do the install, guys. There he goes. Okay. It's youtube.com/Robeytech and youtube.com/Robeytech Live are the two. So this is running on the system right now. Thank you very much for the Happy New Year. I should have actually told it to reset to okay, so here we go. So we're gonna go to video. We'll go to 1440p. Motion blur off. Film, everything else is there. Overall graphics quality. Go to Ultra. Ooh, Ultra sounds good. Okay, we're gonna turn, there you go. We're gonna do low, we'll do, so we're gonna do static for now. Do vertical sync off. Back. Okay, we're gonna go exit and then restart. You don't have to have a Twitter account to be, no, you don't have to have a Twitter account. I don't understand where you're getting Twitter from. I don't know. Yeah, the rule is you have to be following on Twitch, subscribed on YouTube, both Robeytech and Robeytech Live. You have to be a member of discord.gg/Robeytech, and you have to, and if you're subscribed on Twitch, then you get extra entries. That's all there is to it. Okay, let's go to 1440p. Okay, there we go. We'll do resolution scanning, so it'll stay at 60. Okay, so this is Ultra 60 frames per second. Indiana Jones. And this is at Ultra. And this is at 1440p, right? And you could do this at, so you could drop it down to high, which might be the better option here. But still, dude, $745. And you're playing the most, like, ray tracing, all that stuff is on. $745. At Ultra. It's at 64%, 62, 64% right now. You can see what the resolution is over on the right-hand side. I don't actually think they have XeSS. They're using it shows scaling, so I'm assuming they're using XeSS, knowing that it is, but it doesn't actually let you choose. So if I went down to high, it probably would be even better. So I think it's just, it says it's based on whatever the thing is. So if I hit back, so I could go to quit game, and then I'll try it at high, and then I bet you it'll be fine. So I have to exit the game, and then I'll try it again. So this is now on high, which I think we're doing 1440p, guys. Yes, at 1440p. Okay, so here's continue. So this is high now. And look at that, it's staying at it's staying at 60. That's much smoother. There you go. Nice buttery 60 frames per second at the highest settings in Indiana Jones. I mean, look at this. And this is a $745 build. All right, so let's check one more. We'll run Cyberpunk 2077. And then we'll do the giveaway. The real test was the game we just did, TARDIS. So Indiana Jones is pretty crazy in terms of testing. It's the first game that ray tracing is mandatory. It does not come with games. It'll come clean install, and that's it. There's no games. It doesn't come with games. Skyward King, it doesn't surprise me. And it won't be all games. It'll just be high graphic quality single player titles. Okay, so this is Cyberpunk 2077. Let's see what we get. $745 build, 1440p. Chess on. I'll give you a 1440p. Okay, here we go. Let's go to settings, graphics. Let's do, whoa. Ultra, XESS. Let's do balanced. Frame generation, we actually have now. Oh, they have FSR, but they don't have, okay, so they don't have XESS. There's super sampling, balanced, off, texture quality high. Let's just see how this does. Let's check video. Go to full screen. Let's just see how this does. We're gonna try Ultra 1440p. This is Ultra ray tracing. No frame gen. This is XESS, balanced, ultra ray tracing on an Ace on a B580, and it's running 86 frames per second. This is a $745 build, guys. Hello from the year 2025. Yeah, right? That's what this is so good about. That's what's so good about this, guys. We got people from the future here, guys. So frame gen wasn't on. Ray tracing, oh, this does not have ray tracing. Sorry, let's turn ray tracing on. It must have changed it. Okay, so let's do ray tracing. My bad, my bad. That was just high. I don't know if this is gonna go as well, but let's try. Running. That was not ray tracing. That was not ray tracing. How's the future? Is it good? So this is with ray tracing now. We can probably find the ray trace setting. That seemed really good. I was like, oh no, there it is. This is with ray tracing. 55 frames per second. Dang. Okay, color me impressed, because that's with ray tracing, guys. Ultra. At 1440p. Okay, that's impressive. I thought it was gonna drop down, but it did not. And I could even, but yeah, this is at balanced, right? So it's actually running the right one for 250 bucks. Future sucks. Go back to 2024. It's just the stream. I'm not getting frame tears. The stream does that too, Dut. I am looking forward to CES. So you could probably run it ray tracing. You could probably go to high if you wanted to and be fine, but that's with XESS. Now you could run FSR. I don't know how it would do. Let's do FSR 3. And then we'll turn frame generation on. Go to Ultra. I don't know if it'll let me do FSR with frame generation on. Ray tracing. Okay, this has got ray tracing and Ultra. Okay, let's try this one more time. This is with FSR. Because remember, FSR and XE, they're agnostic. One more time, and then we'll call it. I've been actually playing what is it? Sorry, the Miner, the auto shooter game. Okay, so it's honestly, then you don't need it. Frame gen doesn't seem to be doing all that much here. So honestly, you don't even need path tracing. I mean, frame gen FSR doesn't really do that much. Honestly, XeSS, you're not even getting frame gen. Deep Rock Galactic, yeah. I've been playing the auto shooter right now. That's been a lot of fun, and I've been playing Pixel remasters. But I'm getting ready to go to, I'll be at NVIDIA GeForce LAN 50. I'll be playing a lot of games over those 3 days. Yeah, Stalker 2, I have it. I also bought it. There we go, guys. So again, you can play Ray Tracing Ultra if you're okay with a little bit sub 60. You could probably go Ray Tracing High and be absolutely fine at greater than 60 FPS with Ultra. I mean, with Ray Tracing. So, dude, very impressive for $745 what this PC can do. So there you go. I've shown you guys thermals. I've shown you guys how to set it up, how to do the full install step by step. We showed you guys how to basically, if you have DDU, and did that as well. So now it is time to actually give this PC away, okay? So again, just to rehash, you have to be over 18. You have to be following on Twitch. You have to be subscribed over at youtube.com/Robeytech and youtube.com/Robeytech Live. You have to be a member of discord.gg/Robeytech, and if you are subscribed over at twitch.tv/Robeytech, you get additional entries. If you win, whisper Blondie but geeky, okay? Here we go. It's that time. It's that time. It's giveaway time. It's that time. Budget build. Exclamation point budget build. Starting right now. Exclamation point budget build. Exclamation point budget build. Remember, if you subscribe with Amazon Prime, with your Amazon Prime sub, you do get additional entries towards winning this PC. And we have another budget build giveaway in 2 weeks. That one's going to be a little bit more expensive, but all modern day all modern day parts. So no last gen at all. Awesome system, guys. Awesome system. So impressed with this system. And thank you again to everybody for the subs and all that sort of stuff. That was awesome too. Really, really do appreciate it. Thank you for the new subs. Thank you for all of the love in 2024. You guys have been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much. Next stream is Thursday. We're going to be building in the Be Quiet Lightbase 600. So that's that beautiful new case from them. We're going to be doing a BTF build actually. So that should be a lot of fun. And that's going to be happening on Thursday starting at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And then I'm off to Las Vegas for CES, and you'll see some streams there for 3 days from GeForce LAN 50. We got 50 seconds left, guys. 50 seconds. $50 seconds left, guys. And then don't leave even when we announce a winner, we got to verify that they've done all the things and that they're not bots. So it's a little bit of a process, and then we may have to do a redraw, so stick around. Can no longer enter the raffle, guys. We've picked our winner. Gonna verify. Congratulations to GT Beakerman. Oh my gosh. Okay, we know GT Beakerman. It's GT Beakerman. That's amazing. GT Beakerman is not a bot. We know that's not a bot. Just got to convert. We're going to confirm. That is a, yeah, I know. GT Beakerman is actually a legit long-time Robeytech viewer. I love it when long-time viewers win. Just pay GT Beakerman, please whisper Blondie. That's amazing. Congratulations, GT Beakerman. Happy New Year's, buddy. We're just waiting for Blondie to confirm it. I'd be surprised, but we're going to confirm. Winner confirmed, guys. That is it. That's amazing. So cool. So cool to see somebody who's been such a such a longtime viewer rewarded with such a super cool prize. Anyway, guys, that is it for us at Robeytech in 2024. Thank you so much for watching. We are going to be back on Thursday, 2 p.m. Pacific, for a brand new build inside of the Be Quiet Lightbase 600. Should be a really cool build, a nice BTF build. Outside of that, guys, you've been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for all of the amazing support and everything in 2024. And here's to an absolutely more incredible 2025 with our new schedule and all that stuff. Make sure that you follow us on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Twitter, as well as Instagram and TikTok for all the latest and greatest. Have all the latest and greatest. Have an absolutely amazing new year, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye, guys.
I've been feeling anxious. I've been really thinking.